What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and Ghost of Tsushima Legends is blowing everyone away. This game is more than anyone thought it would be. This game is completely free, and it is free of all microtransactions. Sucker Punch has given their fans something that is incredible. Not only did we get the standalone story, Ghost of Tsushima, which was widely praised by everyone who played this game, other than some of the shill media who tried to temper it a little bit. Only an 83 on Metacritic, where we saw that user score was off the charts, one of the highest we have ever seen for a game. But now in an update that was a surprise, we have a multiplayer feature as well, and we're going to get into it. I'm going to tell you my experience playing this game, but first I wanted to show you some other people's first. Now this is that announcement that it is live. October 16th, Ghost of Tsushima version 1.1 is now available to download worldwide. That means you can now jump into our new co-op mode, Ghost of Tsushima Legends, with friends or via online matchmaking. Now I have spent, I would say, about 6.5 hours playing this game. I have done all of the story-based missions on the easy difficulty. They have a bronze, silver, and then a gold tier. Now, they also have 4 survival modes: bronze, silver, and gold, and eventually when you unlock everything, you can go after the nightmare scenario, which is brutal from what I've heard. But I've played 6 hours, and I've just barely scratched the surface of what this completely free update has to offer. Look at some of the reactions from people. Actually blown away by Ghost of Tsushima Legends. How many different missions, new gameplay features, mission variety, insane customization, yes indeed, and all of it is unlocked through playing the game. None of it you can buy. You can't even pay for it if you wanted to. Story that expands the lore of the game, the new different art styles in missions. I would have paid for this, but it's free. W. And it is. This is a win. This is a win for Sucker Punch, but most importantly, it's a win for consumers, a win for fans. That's what this is a win for. We're going to look at what Sucker Punch said about some of the reasons they made this game and show you guys how much they do care about the fans. And it's so the opposite of other shit we see from the video game industry. SkillUp had a lot to say about it as well. I think I'll start with this one, actually. This is the earlier one. It's absolute madness that Ghost of Tsushima's Legends mode is free. Stark raving madness. Then he says, I can't believe that Ghost of Tsushima Legends, a free add-on to a single-player game, launched with drop-in matchmaking, where Avengers still doesn't have that 2 months after launch. Comparing this free update to a paid $60 plus microtransaction live service game is honestly embarrassing. And then this last one, for real, it is a better, more complete, more functional, and more fun looter game at launch than Anthem, Fallout 76, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, or Avengers. I mean, just fucking think about that. And he might be being a little hyperbolic here, but honestly, he's not far off. It's true. This game, I encountered essentially no problems with it. No glitches, no matchmaking problems, no lag, no nothing. This game is just fun. I played with Lethal Lightning a ton. I'm sure he's going to make a video about it for Geeks and Gamers. And I also played with the group. You can do matchmaking with random people. You can play co-op. Now, the story modes are 2-player, and it's 9 of them. And like they said, they all kind of expand the lore. It's all very supernatural. It's really interesting. And that's one thing that they went for. They wanted to go for a different feel than you have in the campaign. Ghost of Tsushima Legends multiplayer has always been a pillar of Sucker Punch's plans, so they were always planning on doing something like this, decided to make it this separate add-on called Legends. Again, for free. For free. From the very beginning, when Nate Fox and the team pitched Ghost, we knew we wanted cooperative multiplayer to be a pillar of the game. We probably spent 6 months to a year thinking about different ideas, and ultimately, we came to Legends. We've been working on it really in parallel, both on the engine side and the content side from the beginning of the project. So what this game is, it allows you to be 4 different classes of fighter, of warrior. It allows you to be a traditional samurai. It allows you to be an assassin who has a high DPS and can really pack a punch, but at the same time is really made to slink around in the shadows a little bit more. You have a hunter, a expert at ranged weaponry, and then you also have a ronin who essentially acts as the support and the healer of your team. Now, these, at least in the beginning, at least for the lower level, which I've passed all the lower level stuff, we're continuing to work our way and grind our gear up so we can tackle those higher level things. Working through those they don't play. You can get it done if you don't have all 4 classes. You can play with 200s. You can play with 2 samurais if you're doing the survival missions, and it's not that big of a deal. I do think, however, as we move up, especially as we move to that gold and that nightmare scenario, we're probably going to need a full squad with everyone's strength so that our team doesn't really have any major weaknesses. But at the same time, you're not overly reliant. They'll play similar, but their special abilities is really what gives you the edge. But they go on here to talk about more. We at the studio like supernatural stuff, but Ghost of Tsushima from the beginning was a very grounded experience. It was a core thing we wanted to get right. So when we batted around different ideas for multiplayer, Legends rose to the top because it connected them to Jin's story without the player being Jin and allowed those supernatural elements. And that is absolutely what it feels like. It feels different, yet so familiar. It is definitely a different experience from the kind of elegance that you have in the story mode when you're playing with these 4 people in this supernatural type of feeling. But it's awesome. It is fun as hell. I'm loving it. Now here, I wanted to talk about this because this is that example I talked about of the studio giving people what they want, listening to fans and giving it to them. Something they did not intend to do originally, but now are because of you, because of the fan. Game director Nate Fox explains how New Game Plus came about in part because of the fans asking for it. We want to give people New Game Plus because, frankly, people were clamoring for it. We kept getting requests. I want to go through the story again. I've got all these abilities. I want to use them and experience some of the missions, some of the Mongol encampments. And so we, at the time, being very focused on delivering what we were being asked to do, which was to let people have more time with their character they've developed and with the equipment they've earned. So they listened to the fans. Think about this sentence, right? We gave it to them because, frankly, people were clamoring for it. They asked for it, and we gave it to them. Something that you don't hear too often right now in the gaming world, but something that I think we can hopefully hear more of in the future. Hopefully, this sets some kind of precedent. Do I think it will? Doubtful, because right now the games industry is full of people who don't give a shit about the consumer, who only care about either pushing their ideology or in making money hand over fist. But you have Sucker Punch Studios, Sucker Punch Productions, who decided to do something for the fans, not go after all the money they possibly could, deliver a great game with great value so that people will come back to them in the future. That is what we saw with this game, and it like I said, it's blowing people away. Hands-on, Ghost of Tsushima free co-op update defies all expectations. Even Paul Tassi, who I have a lot of problems with Forbes in general, and Paul Tassi, I feel like half his takes are about the worst thing I've ever fucking heard. The other half are like, oh, okay, I guess I can kind of see that. This one, he's spot on. Ghost of Tsushima Legends is so good, it's hard to believe it's free. And it really, really is. I anticipate myself putting 30, 40, 50 hours into this game when it's all said and done, if I'm being honest with you. That on top of the 50 plus hours you put into regular Ghost of Tsushima, for $60, that's what you're getting with this game, and they're not getting you anywhere along the way with any microtransactions. You pay $60, that is it. It was even on a little sale, a sale very briefly on the PlayStation Store, pretty much the only sale we have seen for Ghost of Tsushima, because the demand continues to be there for this game. And at the end of the day, what I'm really hoping is that with Ghost of Tsushima, it gets more people involved. It gets more people to buy it because as well as this game did, the fact that it was essentially the best-selling first-party PS4 game in Japan's history, and we saw it performed everywhere else, performed incredibly well. I think that this will continue to push it. I'll be keeping an eye on those charts, see if there's a potential that Ghost of Tsushima does bump back up into the top 10 in some countries. That'll be interesting to see if that happens, because that means that people are hungry for this, and I think there's a lot of good word about there. I hope that's what this video does as well. Puts out a lot of good word about this game that really deserves even more attention than it's already getting. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. If you got an opportunity to play Ghost of Tsushima Legends, are you high on it? Do you not like it? Do you disagree with what I said? All in all, for a free update, this provides countless hours of entertainment and fun playing alongside your friends and the people that you want to experience it with. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.